Great
The
piece.
actors who answer a Broadway casting call probably all hope to win a Tony someday. But first, they need to survive that audition. And as Jamie Wax now shows us, even for the biggest names, there are no guarantees.
Was that because you were female? Oh, you're ahead of me, Prime Minister. I was banking on the fact that I still am.
Are you at a point where auditioning is behind you for every role? One would think you were.
I don't know. I mean, there might be the odd role that I really want to do, and I know that they're not thinking of me for because they think now I'm the bloody queen. And I would say, look, let me just maybe show you what I can do with this.
For all actors, auditioning is part of the job. From veteran Dame Helen Mirren
He will not always say.
to Broadway newcomer Ruthie Ann Miles, last year's Tony Award winner for The King and
I think I always have to audition because I'm not even sure if I'm right for a part.
to this year's Tony nominee Leslie Odom Jr., who plays Aaron Burr in the musical Hamilton.
And there's something about the fighting for it, I think that's healthy. You gotta prove yourself. I'm not above that. I will never be above that. Bernie.
And often, the first person an actor sees when trying out is the casting director.
What a casting director does is they're a connector. I mean, they can be a lifeline, especially
Yeah.
if they champion you, which Bernie's done for me for
Yeah.
20 years.
Bernie
11:40.
is Bernie Telsey.
I'm filming
a top
something right now
casting
for you and Danny.
There's nothing
It's
more
on
rewarding than
CBS Morning Show on casting directing and auditioning.
He sees thousands of actors audition here at his offices each month.
I don't care if you know what my name is. I just wanna be a star.
We need to find out who the best people are to show the creative team because they don't have the time to see every single actor that exists. What are you singing today, Sarah?
I'm singing Let Yourself Go.
Cool.
It's such a huge job. There's so many really fine, talented actors out there.
Kira Sedgwick knows firsthand. She's been on both sides of the audition table, as actress and action, and as executive producer of the recent TV series Proof.
It really takes a special casting director not just to hand you a list that has no imagination to it.
Sedgwick and her team couldn't settle on an actress to play the lead role. Jennifer Beals, who starred in Flashdance, was the last to audition.
I need to know for myself. I need to find out firsthand.
And she did the first scene, and it was just that moment where an actor just goes, oh yeah, that would be my part. Thank you very much. And you know, I mean, we read the rest of the scenes, but I wanted to turn around to all my executive producers and go, let's go celebrate, because there she is.
To get to that point, casting directors cast a wide net. Take this one 3-hour open call where anyone with a resume and a headshot can audition.
Hey, Micah, how are you? Good.
Caesar Rocha, one of Telsey and Company's casting directors, heard more than 100 actors sing just a few bars of musical theater songs.
I don't care if I'm ever rich or famous, just so I can be a star.
Some people will ask, how do you sit through hundreds and hundreds of people when most of them are not right? Because you know what? One might be.
The office handles multiple projects, from theater to television, commercials to movies. So when director Rob Marshall wanted to create the movie musical Into the Woods and fill it with top stars, he hired Telsey. But first, they needed one really big name.
You wish to have the curse reversed?
And Meryl Streep was that name.
Does it give you more access to other stars once a role is cast with someone like Meryl Streep?
Yes, when you have someone like Meryl Streep, everybody wants to work with her.
Telsey suggested a rising star Streep already knew.
Emily Blunt came in to audition for The Baker's Wife and sang Moments in the Woods, which is the big song.
Oh, if life were made of moments, even now but then a bad one.
It was so magical in the room, you couldn't believe it. And I remember at the end, Emily saying to me, "Are you crying, Rob?" And she won the role.
In fact, 8 years earlier, it was another casting director, Ellen Lewis, who on The Devil Wears Prada cast the then little-known English actress Blunt opposite Streep and made her a star.
I don't understand.
confirm the appointment.
No, I'm so sorry, Miranda. I actually
Lewis has been the casting director on 72 films, including A League of Their Own, Forrest Gump, and The Birdcage. For 25 years, she's been Martin Scorsese's go-to casting director, having done 13 films with him. Their first, the 1990s mob classic, Goodfellas.
This place is pretty legendary.
It is, absolutely. And it's the
Rayo's in New York's East Harlem is an Italian eatery famous for its mob mystique, and it became a casting gold mine for Lewis.
Nick Pileggi knew that Rayo's was a fantastic place to get the overall flavor of Goodfellas.
There was Anthony Stabile, Frankie Carbone.
Pileggi arranged a dinner so Lewis could screen real-life customers who looked the part.
Some were brought over to the table knowing that we would not be able to use them in the film because maybe they were a little too connected. We ended up casting about 6 people. A guy named Johnny Roastbeef Williams. He's in the movie.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? You don't buy anything, you hear me? Don't buy anything. I'm sorry.
They were able to add a fantastic feeling of veracity to the film.
If everyone can please take out their headshots and resume.
I haven't gotten hundreds of jobs that I've auditioned for.
In fact, actor Leslie Odom Jr. says there's an upside, even in rejection.
It gets you better at auditioning, and you gotta be good at auditioning. Every single one of them has gotten me to this moment.
The world was wide enough.
You know, I'm grateful for all of it now because it makes you stronger.
Good piece.